Paul and Joshua happening in December? Anything, any prediction on how it will go? Yeah, if it's not handicapped, Anthony Joshua will knock him out.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Threats them both. It's not a fight I even thought of. I mean, it's nothing to do with me to start with. I mean, it come out of the blue, but it's intriguing. And I think from Jake's perspective, I think, he's had a lot of criticism about, he is a pro boxer. The way you want to look at it, he trains as a pro, but, he's fighting as a pro.
10-ounce gloves. So they're the little ones that I knock people out with. And when AJ's got them on, trust me, you can feel them knuckles through the gloves. Big heavyweight with the same size gloves as what I had on. So it's not 14 or 16 ounces what you spar in.
Shannon Sharpe went live with Jake Paul on ERA, diving straight into Paul's plans to face Anthony Joshua, and you could feel the tension instantly. Imagine the chaos of that scenario: two worlds colliding, social media hype meeting elite heavyweight boxing. Moments like these are the kind that will stick in your memory for years. Jake Paul's rise has been nothing short of wild, transforming from a YouTube personality into one of the most talked-about figures in boxing. The very idea that he could step into the ring with Anthony Joshua already has headlines buzzing. The big question on everyone's mind is whether this is a legitimate matchup or just a circus designed to sell tickets, Netflix deals, and viral clips. Either way, the attention it's generating is undeniable, and that's part of the magic. Enter Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Famer, respected voice in sports, someone whose opinions carry weight. He didn't reach this level by accident. When he sees something that disrespects the standards of boxing, he doesn't hold back. He speaks boldly, and it's that unapologetic energy that's fueling this entire spectacle, making the hype almost impossible to ignore.
I think Anthony Joshua won the gold medal. Didn't he win the gold medal for the super heavyweight in the Olympics?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know Anthony Joshua's history, but I'm thinking about ring experience. That's pretty much it. And I commend Jake Paul for what he's done. I commend him for the work he's put in and how serious he's taken the sport. From going from a YouTuber and actually taking it seriously and dedicating his life to boxing and entertaining, in his own lane and creating a lane for himself in the sport. So you can't handicap a fight like this too. It's not.
He won the gold medal in the 2012 Olympics in London.
Yeah.
And the super heavyweights.
Yeah.
Same one Klitschko, the same one.
Yeah.
How does a moment like this even begin? Jake Paul kicks it off in his usual way, talking trash, igniting social media feeds, and pushing boundaries. It's his craft. He thrives on attention, stoking debates, and occasionally crossing lines whether he intends to or not. He calls out famous names, flaunts his wins, and makes it clear that his goal is to be the biggest name in fighting right now. Fans of Jake might see this swagger as justified confidence, while purists shake their heads, frustrated at what seems like vanity taking center stage. Then Shannon Sharpe enters the scene. The room falls silent. There's a reason for his intensity. It's layered. First, it's about standing up for the sport itself. Boxing isn't just entertainment. It's a legacy built on hard work, dedication, and respect. Fighters like Anthony Joshua have poured blood, sweat, and tears into every punch, every camp, and every fight. To see a social media star leap into that world and suddenly sit at the main event table can feel jarring. Shannon has a way of talking about sports that's protective, almost maternal. He doesn't shy away from calling out boasting, and he doesn't sugarcoat the value of the craft. Then comes layer 2, personal accountability. Sharpe will confront anyone who disrespects the ring, downplays the dangers, or dismisses the effort of professional fighters. He did it with Jake, and the impact was immediate. The speed, the clarity, the direct challenge. This is the moment everyone remembers. Even casual viewers who rarely tune into live events leaned in. Clips of the confrontation went viral, replayed endlessly for its raw honesty. And that's when the chaos erupts. Social media ignited instantly. Fans voiced admiration for Shannon standing up for boxing tradition. Others criticized him, saying he was outdated and needed to embrace the changing times. Meanwhile, Jake supporters argued that he's injecting new energy, new money, and fresh fans into the sport. It's a debate as old as boxing itself, the tension between protecting tradition and maximizing opportunity. The clash of old versus new and respect versus entertainment was front and center. This fight became symbolic of the crossroads boxing faces in 2025. Legendary fighters, historic legacies, viral stars, streaming platforms, and blockbuster deals are colliding all at once. One fight, one interaction, can encapsulate the broader argument. Did the sport evolve positively by attracting new attention, or did it lose some authenticity in the process? Fans, pundits, and casual viewers alike debate this while awaiting the bell. Moments like this generate discussion, spark controversy, and define the cultural significance of major events in the sport, no matter which side you take. Shannon defending boxing's tradition or Jake driving the spectacle forward, the chaos proves boxing is alive, messy, and deeply emotional. The media amplifies it, social platforms fuel it, and every heated moment adds to the story. Early reports of the fight circulated for days before it was officially announced. Anthony Joshua, a former two-time heavyweight world champion, was confirmed to face Jake Paul on December 19th in Miami, Florida, a fight nobody expected until the official announcement. This is more than a fight, it's a cultural flashpoint. A single real-life bout has become the focal point of debates about respect, legacy, entertainment, and the evolution of combat sports. And when the bell rings in Miami, it won't just be about who lands the first punch, it will be a defining moment in boxing's story for 2025. Logan Paul confirmed to Daniel Cormier that the rumors about his brother's next fight were true, and the energy in the room skyrocketed instantly. Cormier leaned in, saying, "There need to be some rules for Anthony Joshua. This is where fighters are getting stronger, especially these MMA guys. I keep telling people, stop treating Jake like he's not a real boxer. I've only been boxing 5 years, but with great teachers and training partners, I can tell you, he's a lot better now. He can fight, man." Logan jumped in, half joking, "Yeah, but what about Anthony Joshua? That's bad, bro." The room erupted with laughter, referencing Joshua's shocking knockout loss to Daniel Dubois in September 2024. Despite that setback, Joshua, 36, remains determined. He's confident he will stage a massive comeback when he faces Jake Paul next month. After the fight was officially announced, Joshua made bold declarations, promising to destroy the internet by taking out his 121 opponents. "Jake or anyone can get this work. No mercy," Joshua said in a press release. He emphasized that he's coming back with a mega show, ready to do massive numbers, headline big fights, and break records, all while staying calm, cool, and collected. "Mark my words," he added, "more fighters will take these opportunities in the future. I'm about to break the internet over Jake Paul's face." Meanwhile, Tyson Fury, who has long been linked to Joshua, shared his thoughts on the upcoming showdown. Fury told Ring magazine, "I think Jake Paul knocks him out. AJ isn't as strong as he once was, and Jake Paul is on the rise. He's starting to look like a true heavyweight. He's getting there." Jake, now 28, has mostly fought at cruiserweight but moved up to heavyweight in November last year. That's the division where legends like Mike Tyson spent their prime. Paul even defeated the 58-year-old former champion on points, showing he can hang with bigger fighters. The December 19th fight in Miami is set for 8 3-minute rounds, with both fighters wearing standard 10-ounce gloves. Joshua will weigh no more than 245 pounds the day before the fight. Meanwhile, Joshua remains tied to a potential matchup with fellow Brit Tyson Fury, who has been absent from the ring after consecutive losses to Alexander Usyk, culminating in his retirement announcement in January. Fury had also been scheduled to fight unbeaten lightweight champion Gervonta Davis on November 14th, but that bout was cancelled due to allegations against Davis. Paul and Most Valuable Promotions CEO Nisa Badarian have been in discussions about alternate fights, including potential bouts with Joshua. Even Tommy Fury, Tyson's half-brother, turned down a fight, claiming logistical issues with traveling to the U.S. "Give me $15 million anywhere else in the world, and I'll be there in 8 weeks to handle it again," he said. The only person to defeat Paul was Tommy Fury himself in 2023, highlighting just how high the stakes are. Amid all this, British boxing analyst Carl Froch offered a critical perspective on Joshua's current standing. On his YouTube channel, Froch said Joshua has likely passed his peak and doubts he can beat Jake Paul. While he refrained from being overtly negative, he questioned the long-term impact on AJ's legacy. Froch emphasized that Joshua's greatest contribution has been keeping boxing relevant and filling arenas, continuing the trend Froch and George Groves started at Wembley, including a record-setting 80,000 crowd in 2014. Joshua, Froch said, has consistently delivered on the big stage, from his rise against Vladimir Klitschko to his title defenses. Yet Froch was unflinching in his critique of Joshua's recent performances. He recalled AJ's surprising defeats to Andy Ruiz and Alexander Usyk, as well as the brutal knockout by Daniel Dubois. Frock argued that Joshua is taking advantage of the modern clown world of boxing, stepping into fights that are as much about spectacle as sport. While Joshua remains a household name with undeniable charisma and draw power, Frock suggested that his true competitive edge may have waned. This narrative encapsulates the tension surrounding the Paul versus Joshua fight, a clash between a social media-born boxer on the rise and a former heavyweight champion aiming to reclaim glory. With debates over legacy, opportunity, and spectacle swirling around them, the fight is more than just a match. It's a defining moment for modern boxing. The world will be watching as Joshua looks to prove critics wrong and Paul seeks to cement his place in the heavyweight conversation.
Is AJ cashing out? Well, I did say a year ago when he got splattered by Daniel Dubois that he's finished now. He won't get that confidence back. He's not had any confidence, in his head. No belief for a long time. And I don't think he can get back to old levels. There's a couple of new young guns now coming up and coming through, like a changing of the guard. And when Usyk retires, I don't know what Daniel Dubois is going to do next, but what Daniel Dubois did to him, then he went on and lost to Usyk. But there's a few new heavyweights coming through, Moses Atalma, just to mention one. And you wouldn't start putting AJ in with any of these young up-and-comers that can punch hard, because I just don't think he's got the chance, because the ambition and the desire is going to be gone. So AJ most definitely is cashing out, and you can't fault him. Fair play to him. He's going to get a massive payday, maximise his exit route.
Carl Frock highlighted that Anthony Joshua's true legacy lies in what he did for boxing, bringing the sport back to the masses and attracting new fans. Many came to see AJ not just for boxing but to witness a major event, and that spotlight helped elevate the sport. Frock acknowledged, however, that while AJ's contributions were significant, they didn't cement a Hall of Fame career. Defending world titles against top-level opponents was the benchmark. The upcoming fight against Jake Paul might hurt his reputation further, but it's also a massive payday. Analysts like David Ben Avidez praised Paul's courage, noting the steep difference in experience and class, calling it a risky but brave challenge. Meanwhile, Lawrence Akoli, a former cruiserweight champion who sparred with Joshua, offered to help Paul prepare, noting the physical and technical challenges Jake faces against a 6 feet 6 inches, 250-pound opponent. Experts like Nelson and Eddie Hearn have discussed the stakes. Joshua is taking on this fight for legacy, money, and momentum, while Paul sees it as his ultimate shot to prove himself. Ariel Helwani emphasized safety concerns, pointing to past knockouts and the dangers of heavyweights. Don't miss a single moment of this epic showdown. Hit that subscribe button, smash like, and share this video with every fight fan you know. The countdown to chaos has begun.